Greetings, lovers of mysticism and the unknown. Welcome to the Incredible Stories channel. We are explorers of the unexplainable and unbelievable. Today, I will tell you an interesting story. Brew up some goodies and enjoy. Listen, my friends, I have a story for you. It's about a boy found in the forests of Siberia who could talk to the dead. I know you're thinking, that's impossible. But let me tell you that this boy was real. It all began on an ordinary winter morning. The kind of cold morning that bites your nose and leaves your fingers numb. A group of hunters were in the woods, tracking a rare species of elk that only appears in the coldest months. As they went deeper into the woods, they heard a strange sound. It was a quiet mumbling, almost a whisper, coming from behind a thicket of trees. A group of hunters stumbled upon a young boy muttering to himself in an incomprehensible language. Despite their efforts to wake him up, the boy remained unresponsive, almost as if he were in a trance. Curious, the hunters decided to take him back to their village, where they discovered that the boy possessed a strange ability. He could talk to the dead. The boy, who introduced himself as Sergei, claimed that he had been living in the woods for as long as he could remember. He had no memory of how he got there or why he was alone, but he had an uncanny ability to communicate with spirits and the dead. Skeptical at first, the hunters were amazed when Sergei began describing their deceased loved ones in vivid detail, down to the smell of their tobacco pipes. The news of Sergei's extraordinary gift quickly spread throughout the village, sparking a range of reactions from curiosity to fear. Some saw him as a guide sent by spirits to help them, while others believed him to be possessed by demons and urged for his exorcism. Regardless of the opinions, the boy was unfazed and spent hours sitting outside, lost in deep conversations with the spirits. As Sergei's reputation grew, people began seeking him out for guidance or to communicate with their loved ones who had passed. Despite his unusual ability, Sergei remained humble and never asked for anything in return for his services. He simply continued to speak with the dead and the spirits, trying to ease the pain of the living. Once known throughout the Siberian village for his ability to speak with the spirits of the dead, Sergei's legend only continued to grow. He became a source of hope and comfort for many people who sought his counsel about loved ones who had passed, but not everyone was happy with his unusual abilities. Some feared that he was working with the devil, and rumors began to spread that he was a fraud. Despite the doubts and accusations, Sergei continued to dutifully perform his duties until one fateful day. A woman from the village came to him seeking help finding her son's body. Sergei agreed to help her and was successful. He described the location where the body was buried and even claimed to know who had killed the boy. The news spread, and the woman's fervent belief in Sergei's powers only intensified. As Sergei's legend grew, so did the animosity towards him. Some villagers demanded his banishment, while others fiercely defended him. One day, Sergei vanished without a trace, causing a stir amongst the villagers. They searched for him in the forest, but he was nowhere to be found. After a period of time, Sergei reappeared in the village, appearing tired but unharmed. He claimed to have been talking to the spirits, and no one dared to question further. From that point on, his abilities became more prominent, and he could communicate with anyone who had passed on, no matter how long ago. Sergei's fame grew along with his aloofness. He became increasingly lost in thought and stopped going out with other children. One day he disappeared again, and this time he never returned. The villagers continued to talk about him, and some even claimed to have seen him in a dream, speaking to them from inside a stone coffin. Despite the passage of time, Sergei's story remained a topic of fascination in the village, giving hope to those who believed in his extraordinary abilities. The story of Sergei, the boy who had the extraordinary ability to speak with the spirits of the dead, came to a close when a group of hunters discovered a small pile of human bones and a tattered cloak in a cave deep in the woods. Although the bones were too small to belong to an adult, they were undoubtedly human. It seemed that Sergei had met an untimely end. The villagers held a funeral for Sergei and laid his bones to rest, finally providing him with the peace they believed he had been seeking. Throughout the years, many had different interpretations of Sergei's abilities, some believing that he was a miracle sent by spirits to guide them, while others believed that he was a warning about the dangers of communicating with the dead. Whatever one's belief, It was clear that Sergei's unique gifts would not be forgotten. In the village, he would always be remembered as the boy who had a gift beyond all understanding and had gotten lost in the woods for good. What did you think of it? Write in the comments. Be sure to get likes, subscribe to our channel, and check out other amazing stories.